Well, jury deliberations underway in Arizona. They are deciding on the cases against alleged ISIS supporter Abdul Malik Abdul Karim. Prosecutors say that he provided the guns, the ammunition, and the motivation to two ISIS followers in an attack on a Prophet Muhammad cartoon contest in Garland, Texas last year. The case marks a crucial test for the Justice Department. The DOJ has not yet convicted anyone who is alleged to have actually participated in planning a terror attack. Here's our legal panel: Alexandra Kincaid, she's a former prosecutor and trial attorney, and Diane Bash, she's a criminal defense attorney. Thank you both for joining us today.
Thank you.
Alexandra, I'll start with you. Lay out the prosecution's case for us. Alexandra, can you hear me? I think we might be having some audio issues with her. Okay, so let's start with Diane instead. As the criminal defense attorney, if you were representing Karim, what would you do to defend him?
Well, the informant in this case has a lengthy criminal history, and here he's currently charged with a sexual assault, sexual trafficking, kidnapping. These are very serious charges, and he's likely facing a very lengthy sentence. That in and of itself is enough for the defense attorney to discredit the informant in this case. The government very often uses informants who are charged with crimes who are attempting to have their sentences reduced by way of testimony in somebody else's trial, and that person will say absolutely anything to get their sentence reduced. So that in and of itself is enough to discredit this witness completely. I personally have had several witnesses who have testified at trial against their co-defendants, and the attorneys in those cases have put my clients through the ringer, and as they should.
Yeah, but he's testifying his own defense. But I wanted to ask you, before we do get to Alexandra, I know that she's joined us now, if he is insistent that he testify in his own defense, is there anything that his attorneys could have done about it?
Certainly his attorneys have to advise him, but we have a right to testify in our own defense, and that is part of the Bill of Rights. And this is a case that truly tests our commitment to the Bill of Rights. Alexandra, as a Second Amendment attorney, will tell you that. And just because we're scared in a case like this that involves terrorism does not mean we should just convict somebody.
Okay.
He has a right to be presumed innocent just like anyone else.
But Alexandra, there is a lot of evidence, you say, against him. Lay out the prosecution's case for us.
Hi, Heather. Yes, it's nice to finally join you. I think the prosecution absolutely proved their case in this instance. They said from the very beginning of this trial that there would be proof that Karim was the motivator, he was the trainer, and he was the bankroller for this terrorist attack. Now, we don't just have a convicted felon that's coming forward and testifying. We have these two young children who have absolutely no reason to lie, and they are telling authorities that Karim told them that he was interested in strapping a bomb to himself, and he was trying to teach them to radicalize to Islam and to become terrorists themselves, is essentially what they were telling the authorities. So the prosecution did a very good job in this case of laying this out, and I think that it's going to be a very hard sell to the jury to prove otherwise.
And what charges does he face, Diane?
He is charged with conspiracy, and the overt acts in that conspiracy are going out to the desert with the other two men who were involved, giving them firearms and training them. And I honestly don't know how they prove that without eyewitnesses. He also denied his involvement right from the start, so the agents are charging him with lying to a federal agent. And I have the most tremendous respect for FBI agents, but just because they're FBI agents doesn't mean they're always right. In this case, they're saying, we think he lied, so therefore he's guilty.
Well, and the two individuals that he's accused of assisting, providing the gun power to, they died in a shootout with police.
Exactly.
And we should say that this will set a precedent for other cases, because there's around 16 currently Islamic State defendants facing weapons-related charges and participating in attacks here in the U.S. Thank you both for joining us today. We have to wrap it up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.